Okay guys, it's Landon from RH. This is the second video I'm doing that shows you how I'm creating a logo for this newsletter I'm called Plotting Your Path. So I'm going to go ahead and create a color scheme for this. I've downloaded one of my images here from Unsplash, and I'm just going to use this image picker color tool to come up with a color scheme. I like that because I like earthy kind of natural colors. And this tends to result in harmonious color schemes. So it's given me some colors there. What you can do is you can kind of drag these around a little bit. I wonder if we come down here and get something a little brighter. So this might be a little bit too pastel for me. So I might, let's try this one. That might be a little bit too pastel. So let's try a different. Sorry, ladies. It's just too pastel for me. Let's try this one. All right, this is a little more my style. Some people would say, it's a little bland, but that's okay. I like it. So let's go ahead and export our palette as a PDF. So we're going to call this PYP color scheme from image. So there's our color scheme. So let's go ahead and start adding some colors here. I'm going to take the darkest color and use that for our arrow. So I'm going to ungroup this now. And I'll start adding in those colors. So let's come over here to our fill. And we're going to type in the hex code is what it gave us. So that'll go in down here. So we got 3F5473. Okay, and then I'm going to copy that. Okay, and then we're going to use that here to start to get that fade. Now this is a little bit tricky because what I really need is I need lighter shades of that. So we're going to go to the Adobe Color wheel to do that. And what we can do is we can add in that hex code here. Nope. Now I copied it. 3F5473. And what we want to do is we want to click over here and we want the shades. Okay, so this goes from lighter to darker. So it gave us a couple of darker shades, lighter shades there. So let's do that. So we're going to use that now in here. So we're going to click on this next one over. Let's see, am I doing that right? No. So that is, okay, so we need to add in our color here. So we're going to do, the next color is 85B1F2. So that'll be the beginning color here, 85B1F2. And then, I'm trying to decide if I want to leave this gray. I think I might just leave it the way it is here. I might just have it fade out to gray a little bit. Okay, then I want to we want to add some color to these. So we're gonna do that with colors from the color scheme here. So I'm gonna make this one the darkest. So let's go ahead and go to the fill on that, and we're gonna add that hex code in. So we're going to add, so we're going to do 3F5473. Then we'll do this next one over is going to be a little bit lighter. So we're going to do 8AA0B8. Okay, and then this one will be the lightest. So we're going to do 9FA DC0. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of transparency on this. So I'm going to put 60 on that, and I'm going to put 80 on that, so that we get that kind of faded look. And then I might even put 90 on that. It's not quite. Let's do 80 on that one. Let's do 70. 70. And we'll come back to this one and do 60. Let's click on this one and we'll do 40. Okay, and then we're going to do something special with this, I think. So I want this color to really pop. So we're going to go back to our color wheel, and we're going to go off of shades, and we're going to go, let's see, let's try triad. I like that green. Let's see what else we got in here. Complementary. I don't like as much. Let's try compound and analogous. I like some of these purples. Let's try this purple down here. See how this looks. So we'll pop open our logo because we want this. This is kind of like our destination, so we want that one to pop a little bit. So I like that. Yeah, I'm not sure if I really like the way this is kind of fading to this, fade to that blue. So what I might do is just add some transparency here instead. So I might copy this color and then come up here to this stop and we'll paste that in, but I'm going to start making it transparent. So then we'll do that here. Nope, I did the wrong one. So make this, we'll knock this down to 40 maybe. Let's go even lighter, let's go 20. Okay, so I like that a lot better. I think that looks much better. I kind of wish that color would pop a little more. It's just, I'm just not getting enough pop out of that. Let's go back to triad. Yeah, let's try this color here. This is just seems like it's a little too dull. Let's try this. Oop. I like that better. I think that pops a little better. Okay, so then it'd be nice to get some text on here, and I'm going to use the Lotto font as my standard font. So I think I'm going to use the Lotto font. Oop, sorry, you guys don't need to see my face. So hang on, I might try a different font. Hang on one sec. All right, guys. So I'm going to use this this font. It's called Archivo. Archivo Narrow. I'm doing that because it has multiple weights, and I'm going to end up using this for a newsletter. So I want the font to match the logo. And there's also another Archivo type of font. So there's a narrow version, and there's a regular and a black. So I can use the black for title. So it's a good font choice, I think. So let's go ahead and add our title here. And I'm going to just try the capital letters first. So we'll create that. I'm going to make it black. Oh, stroke, sorry. Got to make the stroke black. Let's set our font. There's our font. All right, so that doesn't look super good like that. Let's make it bigger. So let's see how it looks spelled out. All right, so we definitely want to center that text. So let's, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make that a little smaller. We'll go 24, and then I'm going to put hard line breaks in them. And then we are going to make that box a little bigger. Then we'll make it center justified. And you know what? I do not think I think the bold's too much. Let's go medium. Try regular. All right, and then we'll. Yeah, not sure I'm loving that. It's hard to read over the grid. So I'm probably not going to do that. So I might have to mess around with the font a little bit. I just feel like this is too hard to read. So I'm going to probably have to mess with this a little. I might try and download the black font and see if that looks a little better. This just feels like it's way too. It feels like the letters are just too thick. So yeah, I'm not sure. I'll have to fool around with this a little bit. But we've got the basic part of the logo done. So let's just export this real quick. I'm going to make that white, and we'll export that and just see what it looks like without any text on it. So I've got selection there. I'm going to give it 300 DPI, and we're going to call it logo main. So let's go see what that looks like. All right, so here's the logo. You can see it's got a little bit of an artifact there where the arrow joins up. I would also, yeah, no, that looks pretty good. So you know what I might do is like move this up and try and get the PYP down here in the bottom. I don't know, we'll see. I'll take a look. I'll mess with it some more. I might do one more video on that.